Man, what's going on TikTok? How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. But check this out. Man, I noticed something with this deportation thing. I just couldn't figure it out. I said it in my video, but I just never thought about it. These people keep saying we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported. They projecting because we the only people that didn't immigrate here. We didn't migrate here. We not refugees to come over here. We not in the immigration system. We didn't have to pledge allegiance and denounce another country just to live here. We didn't do none of that. We not anchor babies. Our parents didn't come over here, didn't had us here. None of that. But they have. They have. And they hate that. They jealous of that. They jealous of that. Because number one, they thought they were going to be our replacement. They were working on it. I ain't gonna lie, they were working real hard to be our replacement. Then number two, they came over here to colonize us. But when they found out that Trump made it a way where we are emancipated people, we are children of slaves, we can't be deported. They hate that and that bothers them. That jealousy and envy bothers them because they already come over here with jealousy. They already come over here with envy. But now they see we can't go nowhere. Now they want us to be scared with them. They want us to be scared of if we see an unmarked car drive past our house. They want our heart to be beating fast, you know what I mean? When we go to restaurants and we see ICE come take somebody, they want us to be scared with them. And we just out here popping fans, you know what I'm saying? Well, them fans, we just popping fans, having fun, enjoying life, talking, trying to get our money right, trying to see what's going to happen in the future. We ain't even thinking about ICE. We're not even thinking about being deported like they is. They want us to be scared like them. They want us to be worried like them. You get what I'm saying? That, and I'm like, damn, bro, like they really are jealous of us. Not just the Africans and Caribbeans, the Mexicans are jealous of us. Because they mad because they not part of the 14th Amendment. They not. There's a lot of white people not part of the 14th Amendment either. They jealous of that, bro. We can trace our family to the 1700s. Some people can go far back than that. And they don't like it. And they jealous of it. And they hate it. I know it burns them up. Like all the contempt, all the anti-blackness they say about us, the rhetoric, the stereotypes, all that stuff they spew. And that one thing they can't get is the citizenship like we have. We emancipated people, and they hate that. Oh, they hate that. That burns them up. That's why they doing these scare tactics on us. That's why they doing all these things, because they want us to be fearful, just like them, of being deported.
So wait, people really thought that African Americans were immigrants? Yeah, I know y'all lying. Don't immigrants go like on their own? If they go to a particular country on their own accord? Because they may be trying to get away from whatever. We ain't come here because we wanted to be here. We still don't want to be here. Hell, we hoping that they maybe put us out and send us somewhere. Well, what do y'all mean y'all thought we were immigrants? Immigrants? Y'all know the story of how we got here? Do that make sense? Like, this world is so disillusioned about African Americans. We're descendants of Africa, but we've been here for hundreds of years. We're not first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. Like, we've been here. We built this country. The foundation of this country is built by African Americans. And we didn't come here because we want to be here. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all thought we were immigrants. Immigrants? Who? Where? Immigrants? I got papers to prove I ain't no immigrant. Like, some of the stuff that I hear on social media is correct. Like, for real, y'all thought we were immigrants. Come on now. Stop playing. We don't want to be here now. Get us out of here.
Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, Africans. I hope you're all faring well where you are. But if you ain't faring well, please fare well where you are. I have a question for you. If a zebra left Africa today, it went to America and gave birth to another zebra, that zebra which has been given birth to, is it an African zebra or an American zebra? Consider the fact that the zebra got pregnant in Africa as well. So what is the origin of this zebra? Is it African or is it American? This is a paradox. It is also a very hard question to answer, because how you define originality, or rather how you define ancestry, depends on a number of factors, right? Depends on naturalization, depends on genealogy, it depends on the language you speak, right? We've had black people who live in Japan, they are not calling themselves Africans or what. They are Japanese because they speak Japanese, right? African Americans, since they can't speak African dialect or any African language, they call themselves not Africans, right? But some African Americans as well call themselves Africans, to the extent of leaving America and moving to Africa, specifically the country of Ghana, in a place called Cape Coast. They come because they connect their originality with African. They connect their originality with a shared history of struggle, the struggle of slavery, right? Even though their identity, the ID card, or rather their passport, or rather their driver's license, represent United States of America, but they still connect with Africa. This is a very, very troubling question, right? It is troubling because it is a multifaceted, right? It's a multifaceted, multi-answer question. So one of the things is people are asking, why are black people not being deported and some other people are being deported? Is a question that I think is one which is philosophical. It is not just a random one, it's a philosophical one. Black people ain't deported, but the other people are being deported. Why? Why, you may ask, right? So there is black Americans who came up with this question, and they're trying to answer in a way that I've just told you. They're trying to answer this question in their own understanding. I want us to listen to them, gather their knowledge, try to understand. I shall get back by the end of the video, of course, where I shall also give you my verdict and where we shall also have a deep critical analysis. Let's dive in.
She said African Americans community, not Black American community, two different communities. Is it crack? Like, what is it? You trying to play with me? You trying to play in my face right now. First of all, Black Americans were coined African American. It was popularized in 1988 by Jesse Jackson. We've been renamed and reclassified in this country a few times, sometimes even without our consent. We know exactly who she was talking about when she said African American. She was talking about Black Americans that were here before the inception of this country. If she mentioned can't be deported, who she talking about? If you're an African, you can be deported. I'm not an African. I am a United States of America citizen. So what group of black people can't be deported? Caribbeans could be deported back to their countries. Black Brits could be deported. Africans could be deported to their countries back over on the continent. Let's not play stupid. Like, don't be dense. Like, y'all are really trying it. This is why we have to stop calling ourselves African American. Because now all of a sudden y'all really trying to destiny swap and co-opt our lived experience. She also said people that have experience with civil rights movements. Who did that? Black Americans. And that's why you're able to migrate over here right now and walk around freely, because of Black Americans. The ones that were born here, the ones who have a long lineage here. Not first gen, not second gen, not even third gen. I'm talking about the ones that were here before this country was established. Stop fucking playing with me. Get out my comments. Y'all getting on my nerves. We gotta spread love is the Brooklyn way. Like, who? The African American community and the Black American community are two different. Shut up.
The people you call Black Americans are not from Africa.
Okay.
We're from America.
I mean, if that's how you want it.
First of all, I'm about to bust that dry bubble that y'all got thinking that everything and everybody comes from Africa. How can humanity come from Africa when all of Africa's food comes from the rest of the world? Your biggest cash crops, cocoa and cassava, both come from America.
I actually love that you brought that up because I can finally talk about Africa before slavery. Because yes, we did exist before slavery, and Africa, especially West African countries, had peaceful trade with South America at that time. That's why you can find cassava and stuff like that in cultural food in West African countries. Because West African countries discovered America way before Europe did, way before. And there's actually a really interesting interview from Dr. Even van Santima, which is from the 80s, I think. It's on YouTube, where he talks about how advantaged Africans were and their travels to South America, their trade and stuff like that, and how much Europe did to try cover that up, because they were embarrassed about how advantaged Africans were. So thank you for bringing it up. That's actually, I appreciate that.
Check yourself.
Checked.
So y'all trying to claim that we come from y'all, when in actuality, some of the people in Africa come from us. Y'all never heard about Liberia?
Okay, now I'm generally a little bit confused, because even when we go off of your point of saying Black Americans are not Africans, Liberia would still exist as a country, maybe with a different name, without Black Americans, because it was never an empty piece of land. There were people living there before, and it actually caused a lot of difficult dynamics and even wars when they sent back Black Americans. So yeah, just saying that they would exist without Black Americans still.
Yeah. And y'all love to say that we ain't got no culture and we don't know who we are.
I totally agree on that, because even I grew up learning that Americans have no culture. That was never just about Black Americans, that was about Americans. And it took me a time to actually overthink what I've been hearing my whole life, because it's simply not true. You have your own culture. Do I say, or would I say you are the blueprint? Absolutely not. I would never agree to that. But will I say you have a big impact? Absolutely. Absolutely, and I'm freaking proud of y'all for doing that. So yes, we should work on that, and we should definitely give Black Americans their roses, because they be working hard. Shit, yeah.
So who are you to even open your mouth and try to tell us who we are?
Honestly, especially in this time, no one can tell you who you are. If you want to be a tree, be a tree. If you want to be a cat, be a cat. And if you don't want to be African, don't be African. And this might sound sarcastic, but I don't mean it in that way. Like, seriously, if you don't want to be African, that's it. And I think Africans, or we in general, got to stop telling them who to be. If they want to not be African, that's fine. I'm totally fine with us being friends. I don't need to be your blood, and I don't need us to have the same roots for us to get along. Can we just stop fighting?
It seems like other, deeply melanated Black people are really fucking upset that Black American citizens exist. Like, ones that were actually born here, that have a lineage here. Like, I keep seeing videos of them saying, oh, you're next. And shouts out to Leo. I saw his video where he was responding to, I'm guessing she was a Caribbean, saying, your president doesn't like you. Y'all gonna be back picking cotton. He gonna get y'all out of here next. And it's like, he literally said that we built this country. He literally said that the birthright citizenship was for the descendants of slaves. Chattel slavery. Y'all are so butthurt that we cannot be deported. Then they were like, oh, because when it's time for y'all to get out of here, y'all ain't gonna have nowhere to go. Get out of where? Where they gonna send me? Georgia? South Carolina? Y'all do know that a lot of us literally still to this day own land in this country. And the ones of us that don't know that we do, we're taking the proper steps, and we're going through the proper channels to reclaim our ancestors' land. Y'all maybe y'all don't know that, but it's so ignorant to keep assuming that we are all immigrants. Y'all are really jealous that we can't be deported anywhere. Y'all are really jealous. It's envy at this point, because what else is it? We don't do anything to you people. Nothing. We welcomed y'all. And it seems to be backfiring that we all thought that we were all one just because we share the same hue of complexion. And I know I'm continuously making the same types of videos, but it's like, I keep seeing y'all making these videos talking about y'all, and then y'all always trying to attack slavery. Y'all always trying to attack as if on the Caribbean. Child, I could get into so much that's going on y'all's islands and in y'all's countries to this day in 2025. Y'all are just so fucking envious. Then it was this girl, that was like, oh, if everybody has an issue with Black Americans, then maybe it's Black Americans. If everybody doesn't like you. No, that's not true. Because we literally do not start. We do not do anything to anybody. We've literally welcomed everybody that came to this country. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Like, I saw a girl saying Brooklyn belongs to the Caribbeans now. New York belongs to the Caribbeans. And it's like, we still exist out there. And the reason why y'all were able to successfully migrate and set up shop is because we supported y'all. We thought we were all kinfolk. I've had plenty of Caribbean friends to this day that I love and I've supported. I've supported businesses. I've patronized restaurants, shops, and everything. While y'all just literally, not all of y'all, but some of y'all just have this disdain, this hatred for us for no reason. And I think it's really envy that we cannot be deported. There's this deep-seated envy, like a hatred, because we are American. And a lot of y'all fight and strive so much to come here when we were born here. And yes, we've had our hardships and our struggles, and we still fighting and we still thriving. But we are a very, very successful group of Black people in the world globally. Our impact, the things that we've innovated, our inventions, the things that we've created, it's undeniable. Ain't nobody really fucking with us like that. Even the poorest of us that live in the hoods. If we compare our hoods to y'all's hoods, there's no fucking comparison. Y'all always want to compare y'all top 10% to our bottom 10. Let's go apples for apples. Living in a hood here is not even a marker to how much you make these days. It's very expensive to live in urban communities, especially in a tri-state in 2025. So that's not even a socioeconomic marker anymore. But anyways, I'm just tired of, like, leave us alone. Hang it up. It's relevant to Brooklyn Way.
Oh, one last thing. Can Black people stop calling us slaves? We were prisoners of war. They came by boat, not the other way around. They told the story in reverse. We were prisoners of war. We've always been here before anybody. So all that, we've been brought on boat. No, they came on boat. Came and took our land. We've always been here. That's why we're not getting deported. And they voted because they thought we were going to get deported. Y'all voted because y'all were racist. Deal with it.
I can't even have a conversation with anybody who's talking about we about to be deported. You know what I'm saying? Black people have been through everything imaginable in this country, and they can't do nothing more to us than they already done. Every year they give us something different. Support LGBTQ. Go vote. Go stop Asian hate. Now it's Black and brown unity. You know what I'm saying? They always telling niggas to do something, but we don't never do nothing for ourselves. Where's our reparations? Where's a hate crime bill? And why celebrities ain't speaking on this? They helping the other side. Damn, like, come on, man. You can't make this shit up when you can't make it make sense. Picture perfect.
Are Black people going to be deported next? Because Haiti just lost its TPS protection, and that is going to impact 500,000 Black presenting people in the United States. And I'm seeing a lot of information going around, and I just wanted to give you some clarity. So for one, Christian Nome had already shortened the TPS for Haiti, meaning the length of time that you can be considered under temporary protected status. And then recently, I believe today, ended it for Haiti, for that country. We are also seeing this happened in June, and we know that it's not a good time to be sent to that country. So Haiti is going to be impacted as well. So there's a lot of conversation about that means, you know what that means? They're going to look at me and say, you look like Haitian, you got to go. And while I wanted to give some clarity around that, one, the deportations do not start until September 2nd is when they actually lose their protected status. So there's no one that should be coming for you tomorrow, next week. And that gives us some time to strategize. As a Black American, we do need to be aware and mindful, but I don't want us to rush. I don't want us to not be strategic. And I don't want us to be rage baited into defending something that unfortunately a large portion of immigrants voted for this immigration policy. It's really sad to see. Two, what does this look like for us? Because it's valid. We see them grabbing U.S. citizens of our Latino descent right now. So there's not going to be much that's going to keep people. So what I would advise for you to do is, one, be aware, be knowledgeable, one, in your state, whether or not, where ICE is, what are they doing? What are we doing to manage this? Also support where you can, the Haitian community, if that is something you feel compelled to do. The other thing is to stay abreast of what's going on. But September 2nd is the date. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's not July, and it's not August. So no one presenting themselves with that type of information saying that's what they're doing is telling the truth. I'm sad to see this because we as Black Americans told everybody. We told everybody this is what was going to happen. I don't understand how you didn't believe the people who have been subjugated here the longest. I'll never understand it. But wanted to share this with you because I got up in arms and I wanted to bring some clarity and calm to those around me who are also trying to stay informed but not overloaded. All right. Let me know in the comments what you think.
Birthright citizenship is going away, and people want Black Americans to put the capes on and care about them, and we don't give a shit. Because every time we need another group, including people from the African diaspora, what do? You find ways to shit on our freaking legends like the Buffalo Soldiers, Harriet Tubman, so many others. You find a way to come over and undermine us. You find a way to go in and get under white supremacists and find a way to just constantly find a way to shit on us. To show us there is no unity. We've tried the whole black and brown unity. We tried to save the freaking African diaspora. At this point, we are fucking resting. We don't give a shit. Now, if I don't speak, if I don't speak for you, that's fine. But I can guarantee you a good chunk of Black America is sick of everybody's shit. So it don't matter if you come from the freaking diaspora or any other group.
You know why Black Americans can't be deported? Because they're not from Africa. They're not African Americans. We are not African Americans. We're not. We can't be deported. This is our land. I mean, think about it. You do have Haitians that are being deported as we speak. You do have Jamaicans that are being deported as we speak. But they don't identify as Black. They identify as Haitians. They identify as Jamaicans. They identify as Africans. Okay? So, yes, people with the same skin tone, yes, the same skin tone are being deported. But that's because they are not here from America legally. You get it now? You get it now? We are Americans. They literally erased our entire identity. They reclassified the indigenous people that were already on this land. That's why we can't be deported. Where are we gonna go to? Where can we go?
Everybody is talking a lot about this birthright citizenship thing that Donald Trump is doing. But I just want to say one thing, because I'm seeing a lot of videos. I just want to say this. Black Americans cannot be deported. The birthright citizenship law, like Trump said, was made for the Black Americans, for the children of the enslaved people. That's how we got our citizenship. We are not immigrants. So what Trump is doing is all the immigrants that came and tried to take advantage of the birthright citizenship thing, which it wasn't for them. He's getting rid of it. He's attempting to get rid of it for that reason. But it doesn't affect us. If your ancestors been in this land for the last 400, 500 years, it doesn't affect us. So I don't know why everybody pushing this propaganda like, oh, we are not immigrants. Black Americans, aka African Americans, are not immigrants. You know, I try to stay out of other people's business. Me personally, I try to stay out of other people's business. I try to mind Black American, aka African American business. But please, with the scare tactic, trying to get Black Americans riled up, that doesn't affect us. So it's like, I'm sorry, but that's not our fight. You know, we are Americans. We are the original Americans. We are the people. Our ancestors are the people that fought in every war, that assisted in building this country. That's us. So if you came from another country or something like that, I feel for you, but you know, I'm on my business. But stop with the propaganda. Black Americans cannot be deported.
So, after carefully listening to these brothers and sisters, here is my deep, critical analysis. First of all, we will start with the very first question. The zebra, is it the baby zebra? Is it an African zebra or an American zebra? Here is where I want to take you. The concept of originality. Listen to this. Originality isn't a fixed state, and an individual's perceived originality is a subjective concept influenced by their personal experiences, choices, cultural adaptation, and how they express themselves in a new country after a long period of time. While some people might argue that exposure to new environments, right, and perspectives can foster growth and unique viewpoints, others also may see it as a dilution of original identity. Ultimately, what determines originality is a complex interplay of individuals' agency and of an individual's originality. Listen, ultimately, what determines originality is a complex interplay of individuals' agency and external factors, rather than a single determining characteristics, right? So we have factors that influence perceived originality. The first one is personal growth and new experiences. Moving to another country exposes individuals to new cultures, customs, and new ways of thinking, which can lead to personal growth and a unique perspective that others may find original, right? So another one is cultural adaptation, right? So the process of adapting to a new environment can influence personality and behavior. How well an individual integrates or maintains the originality, how well, right, an individual integrates or maintains their original cultural identity can affect how their originality is perceived. Another one, we have self-expression. An individual's ability to express their unique thoughts, creativity, and ideas in their new country is a significant factor in how their originality is perceived. The last one, we have societal perception. The attitudes and values of the new society can also influence how originality is defined and, right, and recognized. So we have what we call factors influencing perceived originality, what we perceive, right? The first one was personal growth and new experiences. The second one was cultural adaptation. The third one was self-expression. And the last one, my fourth point, was societal perception, right? So remember, originality is not an objective concept. It's a very, very shaky. It's a very subjective concept. So listen to this. The subjectivity of originality. The first one is individual definition. What is originality? Originality itself is a fluid and a subjective concept that is difficult to define in absolute terms. What one person considers original, another one may see as a common trait, right? Very, very true. No wonder those questions. Why are black people not being deported? So who is original to America? Depends with whom you ask. We have multiple answers to that. Another one is balance of adaptation and identity. The challenge for long-term migrants is often to find a balance between adapting to the new culture and maintaining their original cultural identity. And then the last one is combination of factors. Now we bring all this together. Ultimately, an individual's originality is a combination of their intrinsic traits and the ways in which they navigate and contribute to their new environment, right? So this idea of black people are not Americans, why are they not being deported, right? Is not a question. Is not a question at all. The same way a black person cannot be deported is the same way a Chinese cannot be deported. But you understand, if we go back to the traits of history, black people are one of the earliest people to move to the Americas. Because we also have historical evidence pointing that there was interaction between the western coast of America and the eastern coast of the Americas, both the south and the north. So the eastern coast of America and the eastern coasts of both Americas and the western coast of America were already interacting back then in the days. Actually, they were exchanging agricultural technologies. We've had such kind of discussions, right? We've had professors speak these. We've seen plantations which are very similar to those in West Africa, similar to those in the east coast of the Americas, right? That's one thing that shows black people have long been in the Americas. Another one is the concept of slavery. I don't need to explain slavery again. Slavery is one of the ugliest things that ever happened to the black person. The black person really suffered a lot in the hands of these people. They worked for 400 years, close to 500 years right now, and yet right now, people are still asking the question that they are not Americans. No. Even white people can't be Americans if we are going to look at it in that way, right? The concept of originality is very subjective and very shaky, just as I have explained to you. You have any thoughts? Share them. I'm willing to hear from you. Share your thoughts. I'm willing to hear from you, listen to you. Yeah. And then maybe later on, we will have other discussions concerning originality. Share your thoughts on the comment section. Support me if you may. I'll really appreciate, and may God bless you abundantly. Thank you for all those who have always supported me. See you in the next one.